Hello everyone and welcome to Season Watch. Today we're watching episode 12 of Tomodachi Game, the final episode. Now, once this is over, we're gonna be starting a new season. If you wanna have a say in what we watch, just get on Discord and post on anime suggestions. Otherwise, I'll just be picking them blindly. But yeah, enough about that. We're gonna go back to Tomodachi Game. What happened last episode? It was when the game was over. There we go. The game was over and it was announced that C Team won. I knew they would win, I just wasn't sure how. So here's how it happened. Once everyone left, Yuichi called the captain of the other team and told him to press the give up button. Otherwise, he would pummel Hakaru. He didn't do it. He started hitting him. Of course, he didn't shout or groan or anything, so it didn't seem like he was actually hitting him. But you can tell from his voice that he was sustaining the pain. But the time was almost over because they would eventually find Mikasa. So he decided to take a step further, break a bone. For basketball, he decided to go as simple as breaking a finger. It will affect the throwing, so it would very much impact his potential in the game. The captain thought he was bluffing, but then the sound came and he recognized it because he had broken his leg before. So, was it at that point? No, that was not the point he gave up. He was just feeling really bad about that. But then Yuichi revealed that he was actually the one in debt, and that's why the Kohai was actually giving him orders so that he would be the one keeping the others under control.
最初は年下の K が借金主かと思ったが、途中で主従関係が想定とは逆だと分かった。つまり、借金主はキャプテンと考えるのが妥当だ。
I don't remember exactly what he said to make him actually press after that, but it was something about that. I guess because the others didn't want to talk about it, it kind of revealed that it was something important. But either way, it was game for Yuichi. But the others that kind of reconciled. The captain went to pummel Yuichi for that. But then when Hyakuta went to stop him, he noticed that Hyakuta wasn't the one hurt. Yuichi was with a broken finger. And realized that Yuichi did that on himself to just not inflict any lasting wounds. So he listened to Mikasa, not Mikasa, to Hyakuta and left. And Mikasa pointed out that as much as he talks, he's not as bad as he thinks. Meanwhile, Yuichi was thinking like, the old me would have done without hesitation. If it had taken longer, I might have actually done it. But that's the old you. That's a might, maybe situation. But what actually happened was this.
Yuichi, お前は自分を卑劣でゲスな人間って言ってたけどな。俺はそうは思わない。確かにお前の発想は綺麗なものじゃないよ。だけど、ほら、結局お前は壊さなかったじゃないか。
So they finish the game. Game 4 is next. But first they have a break. They actually can go back to the outside world. As long as they keep quiet about Tomodachi Game. Well, after they got out, they went to look for Sawaragi. But instead, after all, they were suspicious of her, especially Mikasa. But instead of finding her, they found Kokorogi and all this bullied situation. She explained what happened. How everyone thought that Sawaragi was the culprit that stole the money. And they mentioned how she insisted on collecting cash while every other class collected in an account. I do wonder if it's because of Yuichi, maybe because of his poor status. She thought of him. It would fit well into the situation. But we don't know right now. And we also learned that something's going on in Shiba's house. The two ran off and they find out that his dad was caught. After all, Yuichi did figure out that Shiba told his dad, ended up telling his dad about it, and that's why the whole situation was going on. So his dad's crime were caught, but his dad was killed, his murdered, and apparently Shiba is the one being framed for it. He was talking about something about Shiho, about Sawaragi, but the cop stopped him before he could finish. Of course, the cop being Sawaragi's dad, which made Mikasa even more suspicious. But Yuichi stopped him. And as they were trying to get more involved, the guy told them to stop. They don't want anything precious to them getting hurt or anything. But Yuichi declared, I got nothing. You can't hurt me. Well, the people from the Tomodachi game heard that. And after they left, he had an argument with Kokorogi to just get her to leave, so that she would leave the Tomodachi game, leave the group. Which, it did sound like mean, but I do believe he did that caring for her. First, because at the end of the second game, he did something similar, and he did mention that that was the only way he could protect them. Secondly, afterwards, he did have a talk with Mikasa about it, like he thinks that's the best he can do. And third, because after that talk with Mikasa, they got a call from the Tomodachi game people saying a special game going on. The weak wins. And this is a game specially for Yuichi, where he goes to meet up with the captured Kokorogi. Or he can just stay out of it and Kokorogi will suffer. Well, he didn't think twice about going, so that's where we're heading. So I imagine they're making it show like he does have people precious to him. And also show to Kokorogi that he does indeed care about her. So to continue the 5 of them in the group for the Tomodachi game. But yeah, I think this how they're gonna end this final episode, and game 4 and 5 might be for like a season 2 if we get that. Which I hopefully we do, because I've been very much enjoying this show. But to find out what happened in this special game, we need to watch the episode. As a reminder, this is a timer reaction, which means you sync up your own version of mine and we'll watch it together. I'll try to add some scenes here and there, but don't expect too much. And with that being said, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So that's like the warehouse location that Yuichi's gonna have to go to save Kokorogi. Because apparently she's gonna be in pain if he doesn't go. But if he goes and saves her, he's gonna be in a bigger pain. And there's all those people. Huh. Okay, so we're actually getting somebody's name here, Kuroki, and not just a Manabu for this. And also at the end of the last episode, like cutting her shirt, but now she has I'm not sure if it's a different shirt or if it's just uncut. Which weird consistency there, but yeah, we just skipped right into it. We got into the warehouse. And there's Yuichi and the friends. First game. And second game. And special game. I bet out of order, but it showed the background of the first, third, second, and special game. Yuichi's past, his mom and the other, if his adopted mom maybe, and the other guy, the hide and seek game, and there's the storehouse with Kuroba, something like that. La 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 la. I like this opening. The la 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 part. The weak wing. And there's okay. So that was just a tease of what's gonna happen in the episode. Kind of like how they exposed the guy Hyakutaru joining the other team, and then they went back and showed what happened before then. So yeah, there's his dark secret. 3 rounds of physical pain. Hercules, Kuroki. Okay, like very straight to the point. It's just as strong as he seems. Let me just wait for her choice on this one, and then I'm gonna. Yeah, you only said talk. Okay, but she thought of saying herself, just she didn't have the courage to do so. Like she tried, but it didn't come out. Oh, really? The captain was stronger. You didn't even explain what's the next one. That's the problem. I think it may have removed. Like I keep seeing that in anime. There's Kakegurui, Bungo Stray Dogs. Here, Tomodachi game, like. She did try. I just imagine it hurts. I'd surely take the punch, but like, the finger. Okay, instinct. He's trying to play the group. Never sell your friends out. Okay, leader has brains, guts, and doesn't sell out. Oh, what are they gonna mix up for? And this time they get to talk.
Kokorogi, 正直に自分の気持ちを言ってみろ。
Yeah, because this one, she's like, she knows that technically it's best for her to do it, but she can't get it out, so she's leaving the decision in his hand. Like, if you do it, great. If you don't do it, I'll take the punishment for not having the courage to put you up for it, to put myself up to it. But see how he's don't show me his hand. Wow, and the knife is also, yeah, look how the knife.
帰っていいぜ。ただ、もう二人一緒に帰れる関係性じゃないだろうけどな。
ムカついたわ、さすがに。いや、切れたよ。
But he's not angry at her. He's probably angry at the Tomodachi crew.
おいおい、勘違いすんなよ。
あ？
俺はな、こんなガキの遊びで怒りの矛先を見失ったりしねえ。俺が切れてるのは
Kuroki, that's the name. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair. She still feels guilty, but like, the argument is a very fair point. See? Okay, that was actually pretty fast. I thought it would take the whole episode. Oh, he's gonna go all out. Now he's gonna make his game here. $10 million in cash. Lose change. Interesting. So it actually goes back to that second game
簡単さ
where the example put that he's actually rich.
じゃんけん1回勝負勝てば1000万円負ければそうだな指を切断する
Yeah.
もしパーを出して負ければ指は5本切断初期を出して負ければ2本切断グーで負けた場合は切断はなし要はノーリスクってこと名付けて
Rock, paper, fingers.
楽しそうなゲームだろ
Yeah. It's not even giving me time to process the game. Because it kind of reminds me of No Game No Life in the beginning, the rock, paper, scissors with conditions. See? Now he's adding the group. Brains and guns doesn't. Yeah. Putting his whole role as a leader in check. Like, you're the leader, huh? Then. Because supposedly, if he plays rock, nothing happens. He doesn't get money, but he doesn't look at any fingers.
ゼロの手をまとめるとこんな感じがリスクの低いグーに勝つためにはリスクの高いパーが必要意外によくできたゲームだだがここで大きなポイントがあるそれはあいつがグーかパーしか出せないこと俺がパーを出せば負けることは絶対ない最悪でもアイコにしかならない
He's gonna hurt his hand. No, he wouldn't suggest a game if it was for a tie. Yeah, see? If there isn't a chance of losing. Putting his. His voice familiar. Is he gonna throw scissors? Yeah, the other hand. Mm-hmm. Yep. He said he can only use paper and rock with that hand. He never said he had to play this hand. He said he only could throw rock or paper with that hand. With this hand. Mm-hmm. Yep. The Tomodachi game crew, huh? Okay, her with the kicks. And there's the other two. The management.
絶妙のタイミングだったな。
Mikasa was the one that got.
悪い。少し前にはついてたんだが、突入を止められて。
あなたがこのグループのリーダーね。そして、
So he's impersonating Tomodachi game. Yeah, when he revealed himself instead of just being Manabo was weird, but they had so much information that I just considered that. Yeah, he still have 2 fingers to get from this guy. No, not 2, 5, sorry. Yuichi was the one that used scissors. He's gonna lose 5. Oh. She's okay. Gonna make him suffer. Maria's loving this. She's very sadistic, so.
あ、そうだ。やめてやってもいいぞ。
If he sells out his buddies,
お前の仲間を一人代わりに差し出せばな。しかも代わりのやつだった
the
ら
weak win.
一本の切断で許してやる。
おい、聞いたかお前ら。俺じゃなきゃ5分の1の被害で済む。な、誰か俺と変わってくれ。おい、なんだ。
Doesn't a leader not sell out his friends?
乗り出ろよ。な、おい。
Interesting, huh? When the tables turn. And he already lost the fingers. Oh no, he passed out. Okay, never mind. Did not expect him passing out after all that. But still showed that. Mm-hmm. He limited your options. Yeah. Because always when you put conditions of the ones you play, it makes them think like this should be true. Yeah, all 3 conditions that he considered to be a good leader. Yeah. You said yourself the conditions for a leader. Yeah. What do we talk about? Okay, Maria. Like, no context, right? Yeah, these two are ride or die with him now.
だったらもっと気にしてあ
シーベ
げなきゃいけない友達がいるんじゃない？そう。殺人犯シベ誠。
And that's the cliffhanger.
ゲームに参加すればシベを救うことができるかもね。
本当か？だったら
ただし5億の借金がのしかかるけど。
500 million.
5億？
Mind your friends. The whole thing that about Yuichi's path. And we have no idea what's up with Sawadagi.
それに俺にとって
Yeah.
大切なのは金じゃない
It's the friends.
友達。
ユイチ。
彼の参加は無理みたいね。
But okay, so game 4 is not gonna have Yuichi in it. Or Shiba, for that matter. I don't know about Sawadagi, but yeah. But okay, Mikasa and Kokorogi. Mm-hmm. Now they're gonna be working on this game 4. I just didn't know Sawadagi is gonna be in there too.
それでは被告人シベ誠入廷せよ。罪状は父親殺し。これより第
The Friendship Guild Court. Okay, so Sawadagi is not there. What happened to Sawadagi? She's gone. And the two of them are gonna have to big brain this. What the heck? That's how they end the season? Just teasing the game 4? We're definitely getting a season 2, right? Because no way it's gonna end there. Like, just leaving it undone like that.
これより第4ゲーム有罪裁判を開廷する。
Very weird way to end a season. Then again, it's not the worst one. We had Tokyo Revengers, and you know what happens there, right? But anyway, let's go over this episode. So it focuses on the special game that the oh my god, I do not remember Kuroki or something like that. Kuro. Let's just leave it Kuro, because I do not remember the end part of his name. A special game Kuro had for Yuichi there. But I'm surprised with how much information he had about the Tomodachi game. Even though he was impersonating it, he had Mikasa's number, he had Manabu, he knew Kokorogi's connection with Yuichi, but he could have simply seen that on the crowd. After all, he did hear Yuichi's exclamation of "there's no one he cares about," and then he was having that fight with Kokorogi. So sure, that one is okay, acceptable. Know about the whole friend, like the Tomodachi game thing of friends over self, really, over selfishness. But yeah, it was very soft compared to the other games. And he quickly took off the mask and introduced himself.
俺は今回の友達ゲーム特別編を仕切らせてもらう。黒木だ。
So that kind of raised a red alert in my mind, but because of all the information he had, I just ignored that. So the game was pretty simple. Either Kokorogi takes the punishment, or Yuichi takes triple the punishment. Granted, he is tougher and everything, has more life experience, I'd say, so he can take more of the brunt of the force. So the big guy give her 1 punch or give him 3 punches. Okay, fair. Then the nail clipping, that one it just hurts to imagine that. Like, it grows back, right? I don't know. It should. After all, we cut the nail, so even taking the whole thing, it should still grow back. Maybe. I don't know how long it would take, but yeah. And then the final one was either her dance naked in the middle of the crowd of those men. I was gonna put an adjective there, but I decided not to. Or gouge his hand 3 times. On the first game, she did try to say that she would take the punishment, but she was scared. The situation itself already put her in that situation, in that mental state. So she couldn't get it out. And the time ran out, Yuichi took it.
じゃあ5、4、3、2、1。
The second one, she did try to go for it. To go for the punishment, even before knowing what it was. And they did start it, but it was so painful that she was hurting, and Yuichi took her place voluntarily. In the third game, like, she wanted to do that for him, but she couldn't bring herself to go through that situation. So she decided to leave Yuichi with the choice. I don't think she would blame him for either choice. If he took the pain, great. If he didn't, like, she would not blame him for that and would have to go through that. It's just that she couldn't bring herself to put herself in that situation.
私が受けるべきなのは分かってるけど決められないの口に出せないの
残り5秒。
だからユイチが決めて私ユイチの言ったことに絶対に従うから
そっか。
But he went for it. And then after taking it all, okay, I went through it all. We're free. But now I want revenge. And even before, like, after taking the punches, he did start talking to them about why taking orders from him. And then he started saying conditions for a leader: having brains, having guts, and never selling out your allies, your friends. Yuichi took note of that. Like, okay, so guts, brains, and no, not selling out. Got it. Mm-hmm.
そっか。頭脳と度胸と仲間を裏切らないことがお前がリーダーである条件なんだな。
ああ、そうさ。
Well, he quickly made up a plan to make him do all 3 of those. Not just one, but all 3. I noticed his selling out friends, but I did not even realize, yeah, he had no guts and did not think through the whole thing, which, to be fair, was going by so fast. I only noticed the whole, I can only use paper and rock with my right hand. He never said he was gonna throw it with his left. He even seemed like he was gonna do it because he was doing the rock, paper, scissors, and boom. But yeah, there's no condition saying that. And always when they put conditions on each hand, you know there's way more to it. In fact, they're trying to make you see more into it. Because you're saying, like, well, this is obviously the safer hand. Obviously, I should choose this one. Wait. He's also should notice that that's a safer hand. So if I go for a bit more risk, there we go. We will just end in a tie. Are you? It's very similar, like I mentioned before, of the Sora rock, paper, scissors in the beginning of No Game, No Life. But that one ended in a tie, if I recall. This one, just straight up losing. Because, yeah. And he was going to take the fingers, and then the Tomodachi game management came in. I totally did not expect that. As I mentioned, I undermined the fact that he was not actually part of it and was just imitating it because of all the information he had. Mikasa had actually called them, and it was because they were suspicious about it for some reason. I don't think I remember exactly what he mentioned that made him suspicious about it.
雄一は最初の電話から違和感を抱いていた。学を装ってはいたが、本物よりだいぶ野蛮な口調だったからな。
But yeah, he even knew Mikasa's phone and Yuichi's name as well. Then again, the two probably were shouting there, so in front of Shiba's house, so he could catch Yuichi's name unless he used his full name, which I don't think it did. Maybe it did. So yeah, more information from the Tomodachi game that they were able to collect somehow. But yeah, they were in the whole thing, but Yuichi still was going for it, except that after he showed that he had none of the conditions, Yuichi fainted, blood loss from his whole hand, basically, which has been going on for a bit. Maybe that's why he was also making the rock, paper, scissors to be so fast. And then Kokorogi and Mikasa there with him, and even Maria was there. Like, wait, who are you? The girl he had a fling with, like.
雄一、大丈夫かしっかりしろ。
あなた誰ですか？ユイイチに落とされた女だよ。
That was an act on the third game, and yeah, it should not count. I guess she has more respect for him, I guess, from the big play he did. Some admiration, perhaps, of how he undermines his opponents. Like, she was all excited with the ending of that game, how the Kuro was suffering there. Because she is a bit sadistic. But yeah, now Kokorogi and Mikasa are all in, ride or die with Yuichi. And they're gonna be trying to save Shibe in the fourth game. But we have no idea what happened to Sawaragi. And yeah, that's where the season ends, which is very weird. Like, feels like we should have one more episode or something, but nope, I think this is it. As for the season as a whole, I very much enjoyed it. Like I said, he had those, what's the name? King's game, those death game stuff, or special rooms, like special conditions, but it's not really kill at like a death rule, like if something happens, the people die, but breaks bonds, increases the depth, like other punishments, which makes them continue in the game, which is a bit interesting. A little different from the usual, from the user death game. And I very much were enjoying Yuichi and his big braining evil plans. Like, very excited to look forward for season 2. But that's all we have. So with that being said, see you next time. Bye.